guys, it is Danny here, the Multiple Streams Queen. Welcome back to my channel. Got a hole in my shirt. Welcome back to my channel. If you have not subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications because I am going to be releasing videos every single week. In September, I am going to be going live on here, and I want to invite some of my subscribers on sometimes. So hit the subscribe button, turn on your notifications, and what we'll do, we'll probably put a Google link down there to gather some information from some of my subscribers. Make sure in the comments you ask your questions, tell me what topics you want me to cover. I literally have like 4 pages of topics of videos that we're going to talk about, but put in the comments what you want me to talk about as well. I am Danny, the Multiple Streams Queen. I am a retired ER nurse, travel nurse, and I was able to retire because of my short-term rental business. I was able to go from 0 to over 40 units in just a year, and I run and operate my business with my family. I have a property manager, somebody that's kind of stepped in, and they are the middle person between me and the guests. So I don't get the opportunity to basically communicate with my guests all the time. I won't lie, it is very hard for me to like step away and completely turn the app off. So sometimes I find myself just going and being nosy, and sometimes I may respond if I feel like my guest is not getting a quick enough response. But that is just me trying to control stuff. But for the most part, I have help. A co-host and a property manager that helps us run and operate the business, and property manager that basically helps coordinate things between the cleaners and the restocking of supplies in our units. So that's very exciting. But today I want to talk about business models. And when I talk about this, people are always like a little confused. So when I say business model, basically, and I talked about it on a previous video, but when I say business model, what is your business like? Who are you in the business of serving? Who are you in the business of solving a problem for? And how are you solving that problem for them? People literally just want to get units, get them furnished, and get them on Airbnb. Trust me, I was just like a lot of you guys. I was searching on YouTube. I was paying for courses, and I am in a lot of free Facebook groups. And some of them I had to basically leave because some of them, people can be really nasty. But then also I see a lot of times people use the Facebook groups as their source of education. Right. A lot of times I see and hear people that are like, oh my God, you don't have to pay anybody to teach you how to get into Airbnb. But the reality is that sometimes you're learning and you don't know the source. And sometimes, and when I say you don't know the source, somebody's probably answering your question that doesn't even have a unit. They probably don't even have units, or they may not even be running them successfully. So always check your source when people are giving you information about your business. So if you have an actual business model, this can help you. And I tell people all the time, this can help you get directly in front of those people. Right. And, everybody uses you house travel nurses and healthcare professionals. Well, if you really house them, if you get directly in front of them, or actually get directly in front of the agency, Airbnb is not like even a thing. Right. If you have a constant flow of referrals or recommendations to book with you, you don't even really have to worry about Airbnb, So really figuring out your business model, that will help you when you're also furnishing your unit, because if you're setting it up for a nurse, there's a certain way that you need to set it up. They're not very particular, but if you have nurses, sometimes you don't know what shift they're working. They're probably going to want some blackout curtains, right? They may work night shift. They could work day shift, but sometimes they may be on rotating shifts. So being a nurse and working night shift for a very long time, over 10 years, I know what it's like when you try to go home and you're trying to sleep during the day because your body is used to being up during the day when you're off, right? And then you have to switch over and you're trying to sleep during the day so you can go and you can work and be up all night. Sometimes you got to kind of trick your mind. And one of those tricks are blackout curtains. Because I promise you, if you're laying in that bed and just a little peep of sunlight is coming in, you're like, oh my God, it is hard for you to go to sleep. It is very hard versus you trying to trick your brain and trick your mind to thinking that it's night. If you have those blackout curtains, you can go to sleep a little bit easier. I'm not going to say you're going to go right to sleep, but you can go to sleep just a little bit easier. So that helps you when you're setting up your units. If you're setting up your units to host families, to host military families that may be relocating, there's a particular way that you probably need to set your unit up. There are some items that you probably would want to have in those units to make sure that those families are comfortable. If you're setting up your units for snowbirds, there's a particular way that you probably need to set that unit up for that clientele. Right. So when you know your business model, it really, really helps you in the long run. It helps you set up the units appropriately, furnish the units appropriately, but then you can dominate that market. People they don't believe me, but I'm like, guys, if you want to deal with this population of people, where do they hang out? Right? Where are they? Who do they talk to? How can you get in front of them? How can you be the go-to person for the housing that they're looking for, right? I bring up too, the cosmetic surgeries. Where do people go to get cosmetic surgeries? What cities, right? You do not have to perform the services. That's what the concierge nurses are for. But guess what they need? A place to lay their head. You can be that place. You can provide that place, excuse me. You can provide that place for them. And there's a particular way that you're probably going to want to set your unit up for that group of people. You do not have to, you're not a recovery house. You're not providing that service. You're not giving anybody food. You're not doing any lymphatic drainage or massages. All you're simply doing is providing a place for them to sleep. If you can make some connections with the people that are providing all of those other services, your units will probably stay booked. Just saying. I'm just saying. Build relationships with the people that are providing those services. You would never have to worry about Airbnb. I've even seen people, when I went down to Miami, I stayed in a place and the girl basically was advertising for the surgery dials. She had a concierge nurse, like a referral for people that wanted to come down for that reason. So it's a thought. You can partner with the people that are providing those services, and you can be the go-to person when it comes to housing. You can be overbooked and oversubscribed, but you have to know your market and you have to know your business model. That is the only way that you're going to get into the industry and you're going to dominate. Don't look at what everybody else is doing. Yes, you can start on Airbnb, but once you figure out your business model, once you start making those connections, right? I send weekly emails to a lot of people, and I probably say less than 10% of them open them, and probably less than 5% actually respond to me. But I'm sending weekly emails to them and getting on their nerves and bothering them. But guess what? I'm going to stay top of mind, right? When they do need to send a referral or a nurse or whomever to me, right? I'm going to stay top of mind because I'm in their inbox. I'm in the inbox. So again, make those relationships with people. Make those connections and get in front of the people that you are trying to serve. You got to find a way to not rely on these websites, Airbnb, VRBO, they're all great. You can get clientele, you can get customers, but you got to find a way to not solely rely on them. There's some other ways I don't really want to, but basically build relationships with your clientele and your customers outside of the apps. So find a way to keep up with them, whether you have some type of welcome book or somewhere that they can put their contact information so you can contact them after they leave outside of the app. So you're not violating any rules because they may be in town and want to directly book with you, right? So have a way that they can get in contact with you outside of the platforms, right? So that can be a QR code with your website inside of your unit that they can just take their phone, pull up the camera, and they can be directed to your website and they can leave their information there. But find some way that the clients can reach you in case they don't want to go and use the website anymore, right? To build some type of relationship with your clients and your customers. But definitely figure out your business model. Make sure that it makes sense for the market that you're actually serving. So you don't want to say, oh, I'm going to house cosmetic surgery dials in Wisconsin. Are people going to Wisconsin to get cosmetic surgery? And grows. Like, is there a lot of people that are frequently going there for that particular reason? So you got to make sure that it makes sense for the area that you're actually trying to start the business. So do your market research and make sure that what it is that you're trying to do and the people that you're trying to serve are actually coming to that area. And that will help you and go a long way when you're trying to run and start this business. Again, I see people in those Facebook groups that literally just get put out of or get kicked off the platform for no reason. They've been on there operating for years and all of a sudden, I don't know what happens, but they kick them off and they lose all their reservations and they lose their reviews, their bookings. And, it's devastating to say the least. But don't get caught in that situation where you're totally relying on one particular platform and then they take you offline. I've had that happen where, and make another video where I basically had guests trying to have a party and somehow I was investigated and kicked off the platform for 2 weeks. So there's another story, another topic for a different day, but figure out your business model, have that business plan, and get in front of your ideal clients, in front of your target market, right? And dominate those people in that market. All right, guys, until next time, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Again, any ebooks that I have made, and I'm going to be improving them, you guys get 50% off all the time. Use the code YouTube on my Gumroad platform or Gumroad profile. And then any live webinars that I do, you guys will get $50 off. Use the code YouTube. So every single live webinar that I ever do, you guys will get $50 off. Any ebooks that I have, you guys will get 50% off. Use the code YouTube. Thanks for being, and that is just a thank you for being a subscriber, for being on my channel, for watching my videos. Make sure you hit the notifications because every single week we are going to be dropping a video and literally like I'm giving y'all a free course. I could have put together something and made people pay for it, but this is my give back because I was once where you are. And so I basically put together an entire free course for you guys that we're dropping every single week. And I will start going live every Friday in September. Stick around, you guys. Maybe even one of my followers will actually get to hop on stage or video with me and ask me some questions live. All right, guys, until next time.